So I just did an interview with the CEO of Glencoco.
With Glencoco, all you need is a laptop and an internet connection. And, you can kind of work from home. So
And here it is. I am curious though, before we even get too far into it, like what made you want to take this meeting at all?
you messaged me on LinkedIn and wanted to chat, so figured, I'm the owner and startup founder, so anytime there's an opportunity to talk about my business with, someone, I always give time.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. What is Glencoco?
The easiest way to think about it is that it's a fractional gig SDR marketplace where people can earn extra income by browsing different companies that have listed campaigns on our marketplace. And basically the campaigns are training and enablement modules where you can learn about a company and what they're looking for, and in terms of customer introductions, and you can complete that online. It takes like an hour to complete for any company, and then once you're certified by the company, you can basically use our application to go reach out to prospects for a given campaign and qualify them, schedule meetings, and then get paid for setting up meetings.
Gotcha. And you did say it takes about an hour to onboard. Now, is that for every company, or does the amount of time vary?
They're all probably around the same length. So once you create an account in Glencoco, you can. Have you actually checked out the app so far?
I mean, I have, but I'm sure there are people who are going to see this who haven't. So
yeah.
Yeah, but I have personally.
Cool. Yeah. So basically, it's maybe the easiest way is I can actually share my screen. Let's see. So basically, different companies listed on a marketplace here, and they can basically click into any one of them, learn about the company, learn about what they do, what kind of appointments and meetings they're looking for. You can actually listen to real examples of successful pitches and cold calls that have turned into meetings. And then, so every company has their own sort of training module. So this is kind of what it looks like visually. So you can learn about the business overview, the product, the features. So Fetch, for example, they're a early stage technology company that has built a platform for independent hotels to manage guest reviews. And so you learn a lot. You can go through and learn online what kind of people at hotels they're looking to talk to for customer meetings and introductions with, what are competing solutions in the marketplace, what are the qualification criteria, how to respond to common questions that prospects might have, we built this app where people can log in and they can actually browse different other types of frequently asked questions as people go about sort of pitching the product to customers, and then they can basically review and practice a bunch of different scripts and messages, and then so this is what a training module looks like. And then once the training module is complete, you'll be able to access this dialing system, and the dialing system looks like this, where basically you have the scripts provided here, information about the personas, the objections, the qualification criteria.
Question for you. Yeah, for the dialing system, is that exclusive to Glencoco, or how does that work specifically?
Yeah, we built it ourselves, so this is part of the application.
This is a cool thing that is actually built into your website. So
yeah, it's not just the way to dial, but you can also, so if you actually want to book time for a lead, the calendar scheduling is all provided in the platform here. So this is the company's calendar availabilities. The leads are also provided for you for most campaigns. You can actually review how many leads are eligible in a given campaign. You can basically so you can see how many leads are available. You can also add your own leads if you want to bring your own leads in. So you can bulk upload leads. When you bulk upload leads, no one else can call the leads that you provided, but you can basically upload leads into here. And then we've also set up, payouts. So you just have to connect your bank account securely. We don't store that bank account information, but you can connect to us securely through Stripe. And we automatically process out payouts once appointments are held and marked as qualified by companies in real time.
Gotcha. Who would you say this is for? I noticed that there are like several companies, but who would you say would be a good fit to use the platform?
I think people who, I think cold calling and sales is kind of, it's an art and a science, but there's elements of an art to it. And so it's for people who enjoy making cold calls or reaching out to kind of strangers and doing kind of prospecting sales work. It's not for everyone. Some people, that's not really like, they hate making cold calls. And then there's some people for whom, they understand that's part of the game. They maybe enjoy kind of going and prospecting. And it's really for anyone who, if you've ever experienced frustrations, in your job as a sales agent in whatever capacity where you, the leads are not hot or there's very little support and resources provided, but you're good at what you do and you know how to set appointments and qualify prospects and reach out to strangers for different kinds of offers and pitches. It doesn't matter if you have an experience in insurance, real estate, high ticket sales, remote closing, appointment setting, tech sales. The fundamental skill set is just, do you know how to pitch and understand prospects, challenges and pain points and provide solutions. And so anyone who has, some sort of sales experience, whether it's door to door or over the phone, and they get the game, this is a great platform because you can basically log on anytime, set your own hours. There's no cap to your commissions. Most of the campaigns will have the leads provided for you. It's very kind of set your own hours, work flexibly on your own schedule. Even if you have a full-time job, if you want to, think of this as a side hustle or a way to earn some extra income, you can do it here. You can also spend, if you want to commit to putting the hours in, you can also spend effectively 40, hours a week using the platform and monetizing. So there's no limit on that side of things. So that's kind of how to think about it.
What would you say to someone who is interested in like pursuing this, but they don't have that background? They don't have the sales experience.
If they don't have it, it's also a great way to actually kind of get some practice reps in and, use it as a way to kind of learn and go through like the training and the enablement is all provided. There's no subscription or course cost or overhead required. So even if you're new and unfamiliar and looking to kind of break in and transition, it's a great opportunity as well.
Gotcha. Would you consider Glencoco like a quick fix for someone in sales, a long-term plan, or how do you see it from your end?
I think in the long run, we want this to be, something that people, if they want to make a full-time living, being able to work remotely, as long as they have a laptop or a phone and a Wi-Fi connection, to be able to easily kind of like hop on and do. So it's for people who are both in between jobs and looking for some opportunities. Some of the companies on our platform are also looking for full-time hires, so it's also a great way to kind of see whether the company's product sells well or the offer sells well, and see if it's something you'd be interested in working, in a full-time capacity on. It's also for people, if you, so basically like whether you want to, so 10 years from now, I think hopefully Glencoco can be almost like a household name, the same way people think about DoorDash or Uber, but, in sales where, there's nice things about Uber, for example. You can drive on, weekends or at night, in addition to your day job, but you need a car, for example. With Glencoco, all you need is a laptop and an internet connection, and you can kind of work from home. So that's kind of how we're thinking about how the platform evolves.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was curious, like, are there any bonus opportunities? Because a lot of salespeople are competitive; they want the bonuses, the awards. Is there anything like that?
Yeah, we run weekly leaderboard competitions and prizes, and we also have a top caller kind of program. So we have like different tiers basically, and you can earn additional bonuses based on kind of how these tiers stack up basically. And you can learn about that. So you can check that out in our documentation and guides. But basically, when you create an account, you can actually see what all the bonuses and the leaderboards and the incentives kind of look like here, basically. So we run weekly leaderboard competitions. We also run just like monthly sort of like tiered bonuses to reward people for hitting certain kinds of numbers and bonuses and spiffs, basically.
At this point, how competitive is that?
It's actually not that competitive. It's because we're still relatively early. So all of these tiers currently, like we've seen people hit pretty much every level of this program. So, and it's not one of those things where it's like there's only a maximum number of people that can win it. Like these tiered programs, really, as many people who hit these, like they're eligible for the bonuses. There's not a limited bonus pool, for example.
What other questions am I not asking you? I mean, I feel like we went over pretty much everything, or anything that you wanted to add that we haven't discussed.
Out of curiosity, what is your kind of like life and career and work situation? Are you planning on actually spending time using the platform yourself, or how do I think about that?
Yeah, I do. I was going to be on there this last week. I didn't get as much time just because I'm interviewing. I'm on like the 4th round with one tech company, so making a lot of progress there. But in the meantime, I do plan on using it more so. So maybe you'll see me on a leaderboard. And you actually asked me how could you help me. That's really cool. So I remember that.
Let me know if there's anything, from a hiring side or whatever. We also, some of our companies do opportunistically like hire people into full-time roles from our platform as well. So, if you, good luck with, all your interviews. But if you need help on that side, feel free to reach out and don't be a stranger.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you having this conversation with me. If there's nothing else, it's great to meet you, and I look forward to seeing what you do.